A Who All Gonna Be There podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. What's up, y'all? This is A Who All Gonna Be There podcast, the place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat. My name is A Kiki. We have who we have in the room?
We got Tracy J up in here, you know, on the ones and twos. You know how I keep it doing, how I keep it pushing. You know, I'm here representing from
this what you're
Dallas,
giving us
Texas.
today, Tree?
That's hilarious.
You gonna give anybody else a chance to talk?
Go ahead.
What's up, y'all? It's Eric, Rock_Rollerson. I'm in the building, baby, and ready to get into it.
Hey, y'all. Wait, are you guys ready for me? Or? No,
yeah, we ready.
What's up, y'all? It's Reese. Thank y'all for joining us again. You know what it is.
Yes, and this is season 3, episode 14 of the pod. And this is actually our finale episode. And we're going to be talking about the season finale, child. We're going to talk about these A Who All Gonna Be There BB Awards. You may have seen.
Season finale? It wasn't no season finale. The show got canceled last week.
It's canceled. It's the series finale for you. That's it.
The season finale was Wednesday. It was
right. Exactly. Betty won HOH. Then I don't know what happened.
The rest of it was gone, y'all.
Right. The rest is history. But look, we're going to get y'all up to speed, though, with this episode. Actually, I'm going to have Treese get us up to speed with what led us to this point. The last time we left off, we had 4 people. Then it took us down to 3. Then it took us to 2. And somebody was crowned. And we're going to talk about it. Because, I got a word for someone today.
How did we get here?
I got the bus.
I was just like, I took the bus. Now, I would never catch a bus.
Look, why you sound like Summer? Why you sound like Summer when you just did that? Yes.
And would never.
Okay. I'll go ahead and let you take it over, Trees.
Let me catch y'all up where we last left y'all in our last pod. We had our Power of Veto episode. Last we saw Josh was HOH and he put up Betty and Kevin as nominees. Arissa came on the screen. It was our last time we saw the feeds, and she basically said instant eviction happened in an hour. Of course, everybody was scrambling, and we all know Kev was the first one in the HOH to Josh. Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? The long story short, what happened? Josh, he saved the good sis Betty, and I was rocking with him. I was off the Josh train, then I got right back on.
See,
you was rocking.
That was your first mistake.
If the story don't mean nothing, one thing Tree's gonna do is flip flop on the Josh train. I take ownership in that. I'm a flip flop, and as of right now, I was on the Josh train. So he used the power of veto on Betty and put Helena up. She finally broke her never been on the block, and then she flopped right on out the door as she should. The comp was basically
right. The first time hitting the block was the last time.
Listen. The first and the last, and the last shall be first. Hallelujah.
Oh my God.
So the comp basically was the veto. That of course Josh won. I say Josh won the veto, and they went through these little sewers, you know, as rats do, and they scurried trying to answer these questions, get these keys. It was a very elaborate comp. BBCAN, you do not
need to be dressed up as rats though. Like
they really should have. They should have had little tails and everything. Yep.
Listen, BBCAN's you need to rocket science to be able to work those and do those comps because
they're very intricate.
Too intricate.
But why we can't get no comps like that? They just give because
when nobody win them.
US. Little put together
because it's harder to read.
A little slip and slide. Come on, do something imaginative. Use your imagination.
Where is the creativity?
I want to have a conversation with the writers though, because I ain't gonna hold you. The storytelling that they've done with this season, especially for that Wednesday episode and today.
Oh, for sure.
I said storytelling. Come on, I know y'all was irritated. I saw Treese had tweeted about.
Hold on,
we got 45 minutes, but baby,
Can we pause Kiki real quick?
No,
Because Kiki don't like
You
no
said
kind
no.
of story, y'all.
I
So
do
when we watch
not.
Survivor and talk about Survivor, her main
because
thing.
those
I
are
don't want to
people's
hear none of
personal
that.
stories. I do not like people's personal stories. Oh, but this one, because the way I thought about Big Brother Canada 10, right? Not everybody, obviously, people in the United States, technically, we don't get to watch this, right? Unless we find other means to watch it. So, being that we, for those who did not get to watch every episode or get caught up to speed, child, they say, okay, we're going to give you this season in 45 minutes. Go. And they did that, and they did it with like the theatrics was there, the sound in the background invoking emotion. Shout out to y'all, Big Brother Canada 10, your entire production team. I just want to shout y'all out.
Yeah, y'all did I guess. Nah, BBCAN does have great comps. I honestly wonder if the reason why their prize is so small is because they spend so much money on their production. Because I give it to them, their production is
Nah, it's because they ain't got no money in
it's a
Canada.
lot.
That's
Oh,
all
okay,
that
maybe
is.
that's it too.
That's
Well,
why
with
they
free
got all them darn
younger, what's
sponsorships.
complaining about? Look,
So how
From
much is that
Weber
100,000 transferred to our money? See, I asked a
Oh,
question that
I
we
think
don't have an
it's
answer
I
to.
think it's like 80K American, something like that. But
not enough to change their life.
Oh,
in Canada, they keep
yeah.
the total amount of the prize money. Like prize money isn't taxed out there, so
Mhm.
that's like when
okay.
Erica won Survivor, she kept their whole 100 mil,
Shut up.
not
100K.
100 mil, 1 mil,
1 mil.
100
1
mil,
mil.
something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that. Sorry for the mild interruption. I just
It
had
is
to put it.
directly 77,902 and 25 cents.
Shout out to Eric with
When
the
I'm
accuracy.
right, I'm always right. Look at that. Look at that.
But anyway, so Josh won a veto, used it on Betty. And finally our boy Josh finally came through for us.
Your
And
boy
they
Josh.
said he my boy for right now. He came through and I was like, yes, him and Betty promised they was gonna take each other to the end. I was like, Jesus, my boy Josh is off his flop game. He is back in the game. He gonna do right. The episode ended and Arissa basically reveals to us that Canada is going to get a vote. And to tune in tomorrow for the Thursday eviction. And our boy Eric is gonna tell us what happened in this I guess you can call it a finale, a show, whatever. I don't know.
Let's get into it because so as Kiki said, they had this wonderful story laid out from the beginning as the 16 house guests came into the house and they started off nervous, but then they quickly jumped into the game and then they did an exceptional job. I won't go through all of that. So we left off with the final three after Helena was so graciously evicted. She did not want to walk up those stairs, but she had no choice but to hit the door and to go meet Arissa. So we're at the final three. We're at this amazing final three comp. It's really just last year's comp in the final three, but more difficult because they added steps, they added a river, and they gave them these other little gown like clothes to wear. So it was a little different, but more difficult.
Shout out to our sis Betty because she was wearing that outfit.
She did. She looked amazing because it was giving me Greek, like Greek gods and goddesses, like type deal.
Yeah, like a Grecian.
Like, exactly. And so and they have to hold the things with the little like what do you call it? Like a torch. But anyway,
like a
so they had to stack the discs on top and they had to get 26 discs and to transfer them from where they picked them up all the way down through this little pathway, slide down here, step down here, go across the river over here, and then place it on here and
over the river, through the woods.
And around the way. And it was an hour and 34 minutes past and none of them had gotten anything. I'm like, oh God, here they go. They're going to have to start this comp over like they did last season because ain't nobody going to get it. But then, oh, here comes Betty. She got all 26. We're like, oh, she fits to get it. She fits to get it. Her things fall down. I'm like, oh, here go Josh. She got 26. He get down there to the edge. His stuff fall over. And then Kevin, very smart. I told Tracy this. He started
I can't give Kevin no compliment as of right now. I'm still mad. I'm mad.
Listen, but the way his strategy was, and this, listen, so everybody was carrying their stacks like vertically, but he started putting them off to the side. He'll stack a few and then put them to the side and stack it like that to make it more balanced. And so his first try didn't quite get it, but that second or third try, however many, they cut it down because of editing. He got that thing down there and he slowly, he just barely put it down in there and finally got in there, hit that button, and ding, Kevin wins part 1.
I wish I could have been a strong win in that house just to knock his stuff off, knock it over.
Not a strong win.
Listen. We should preface. Can we preface about whoever those spoilers were? I'm gonna preface this.
Oh yes,
we were
please
told.
do.
We were told. I don't know why we fell for this.
I don't know why.
Again, after that man lied.
We.
Who the heck is we?
Listen,
It was me. It was me. I believed it. I put my whole soul and energy into it. And you know who was wrong for doing that? Latrice.
And I just wanted it to be real.
I was so upset. Why did I believe it?
Spoilers deleted their little funky little account.
Maybe they deleted us so fast.
After Hamza burned us in that triple, I would never believe another spoiler account again. It's not gonna happen to me again. Josh fooled me twice, but a spoiler won't. I tell you that. A spoiler sure won't.
I just wanted to have faith. I didn't trust it, but I was like, you know what? What's wrong with believing Betty won? Because so the way the spoilers were, they said Josh won part 1, Betty won part 2, Josh wins part 3. He takes Betty.
And they go take each other.
And they take and Betty wins.
But baby, I was like, okay, so I saw that. I'm like, okay, let me look.
Then
I seen some counter spoiler. And I said, this counter spoiler looking a little right. It said Kevin won. They even described the competitions. So I was like, okay, so this one seemed a little bit more detailed and it could be right. And it said Kevin won part 1 on the balancing the coins.
And did.
I said, okay, and did. It said that Josh won part 2 and did. And it said that Kevin won the whole game and did. At that point,
I should have believed it right there. And I should have believed it right there because.
But I'm gonna get to why you didn't believe it. I know why you didn't believe it. Okay, so Kevin wins part 1. So
I didn't think Josh would play us again.
I'm gonna get there, Trees. I'm gonna get there.
We have our emotions are high.
It's just emotions taking us over. Okay,
listen, they were taken over.
If you haven't watched us or listened to us before, y'all, we're gonna always bust out in song. So if you get caught off guard, just know it's normal.
It's because we're black. That's just how we are.
That's just how I am. I'm gonna do that anyway. So we have part 2 of the comp, and as usual, part 2 of the comp is based off days and memory, and they got 5 questions, and they have to take these beanbags and throw the beanbags on the right person's name according to the question. So they have questions like who was linked, all the players linked in the safety chain. So it's an all or nothing question, everybody that was involved. So you have to do those people, and then or who wasn't the veto used on, stuff like that. So Josh is going, he gets hung up on the question about which days the veto were being used. And Betty gets caught up on she didn't get caught up. She just couldn't get Marty. She said, it would be Marty. It would be your name. Then the ball won't work. It would be you. And so she kept trying to get the ball to land on his name, but she just couldn't. And I just felt so bad for her because it would be Marty messing her up. So it comes down once they both completed. Kevin gives Betty her time of 2 hours. She took 2 hours to complete that comp.
Listen, when they named them times, Eric, like I was like,
I said 2 hours. Yeah, it looked like I had about 6 questions. What's
this one was only 5 questions.
I said, watch Josh did it in 30 minutes, and then lower ball
34 minutes,
and messed up for a good minute too.
And so, but you know what, it put me in the mind up because Josh does know his days, like, and that's one thing Reese has always told us, and y'all have always said, like, Josh that man know his days, and he does
know his days. And if it took him, understand what method he uses to study, because he studies alone. Maybe he does it in his head. I don't know.
Right, and he in medical school, so he had to learn how to study well. So maybe that came into came in handy. But my thing, what it put me in the mind of is if Josh knows these things so well, and it took him 30 minutes. How was Cody finishing stuff in 3 minutes in BB22?
Because BB20 was robbed, 22 was robbed.
Lied.
It's different comps, though. I mean,
that was a robbery of finishing stuff. He should not have won. That man shouldn't even been made it past jury.
But I'm just
he shouldn't have been cast because he's not an all-star. That's number one.
No,
like
he's a bore star.
At home watching like
that's what he is, a bore star.
That's what I was like. I just feel like BB, they just be rigging those comps because you didn't finish that in 3 minutes. You just couldn't. I just don't believe it.
Especially anyway, like when you add the element of them having to push those things,
the
like
pig
the
faces
thing, and take the picture
and jump down and go around. Exactly. But I digress. Josh wins part 2. So it was like, okay, Josh getting ready to go head to head with Kevin. He got this. Josh, he gets the first 3 out the gate right. Kevin misses one, so it's 3-2. Then Josh missed one. I'm like, oh dang, now they tied, and they go point for point. They tied. They go to the sudden death round. They both get it right. So Arissa like pull out them chalkboards. We go into a tiebreaker round. They go to the tiebreaker round. Josh wins the tiebreaker round. So we're like, hey, we good. Okay. So they lied about him winning part
Eric,
1.
I need you to keep your weeds to yourself.
Yeah, because listen, you very aggressive with these weeds, Eric. You.
I'm speaking for the rest of the people.
You speaking French all throughout this episode. We ain't thought nothing. Carry on.
They thought, y'all, because I didn't know, just playing.
Exactly. Thank you.
Some people thought, okay, I'm gonna say we, because we all together in this for some of it. Most people were like, okay,
I'm about to turn Eric's Wi-Fi off.
He won part 3. He won part 3. He's taking business B, Petty Betty, the friends, the besties are going to the end.
Exactly.
Because he wouldn't have saved her with the
spirit that he was gonna take Betty.
Well, yes.
I just knew he was. I said, ain't no way this man about to flippity flop.
Why would you use the veto on her if you didn't have no plans of taking?
There was no point in using the veto on her.
You could have left Helena in the game.
In case, I guess, I don't know. What he should have done though is taken Helena. That's who he should have taken, because I think he still would have lost against Betty tonight. We would have been looking at our first Black North American winner,
and I would have been happy.
But I think he would have beat Betty. I mean, Betty would have beat him. I agree.
Yeah,
and I would have been fine with that.
I would have had my lashes on.
But I would have still respected him a little bit, because, like, yeah, you took her and you lost, but it's okay because she played a great game, and we got 2 Black people back-to-back finales of seasons to be in the final 2. But for you to take Kevin, because that's who he chose, y'all. Yes, he starts talking like, I'm going to have to, if this person has been my best friend throughout the entire game. And I said, hold on, why it sound like he fits to evict Betty?
I was like,
this person has not. They played too great of a game, and I know I can't beat them in the end. I'm like, oh, I know you don't think he can beat Kevin. Sure, because he know he can't beat Kevin. I have to evict you, Betty. Who?
Baby. The way
I hear that right? Listen, and Betty was like, did I hear that right? She said, Charles, are you serious? Like, she
said, what? Are you serious?
Like, he could go back and say, I made a mistake. I mean to say, I evict. No, like.
That's what he should have did.
So
he should have said, gotcha, bye, Kevin.
He blindsided her then.
Again, yeah.
Unnecessarily.
At finale.
At the finale. When we thought we were done with blindsides and surprises.
But think about it this way. When somebody shows you, people's words mean absolutely nothing. When somebody shows you who they are, you need to believe them.
Right. That's what Dr. Maya said.
Yeah,
Dr. Angelou told us.
He demonstrated the lack of loyalty, and that's part of what impacted the jury vote at the end. Of course, Kevin will get there, child, with his darn speech, but
no, I know that's a wonderful point, Kiki, because it's like, yeah, be a snake. What someone said, the snake that bit me on purpose. Ooh. I felt that.
She was all of us.
I felt the venom through the screen. But I think that is a wonderful point, because it's like, okay, this game is about deception. It's about lying. It's about breaking promises. But is there a point? This is a question I can ask y'all, and listen, if y'all have, let us know. Is there a point in time it's like you can't be too deceitful? You can't break all the trust that you've had with people.
I mean, Kevin did.
That's what Kevin got. But Kevin was deceitful, but he backed it up.
That was his strategy.
Spoke. Yeah, that was his idea from the beginning. So I guess that worked for him.
I honestly feel like we gassed Kevin up. I'm gonna say we, because we had moments within this. We all had moments within this last season where we believed in Josh. You did, Reese. This was your.
And I was gassing Josh, but I was dragging Kevin the whole season. Oh yeah.
So gassing Josh up, we were believing in him. We're like, oh, he's harmless. Oh, he couldn't hurt a fly. Oh, this must be his strategy. I don't think he had much of a strategy.
And didn't. And Kiki, and you know why he didn't? Because when JC Lynn asked him, she was like, "Did you pretend to be weak all this game only to turn it up?" He was like, "Oh no, that's how I am. No, I was being weak and vulnerable." That is not what she was asking you.
Right.
She's talking about your game, not your personal and you being vulnerable. Like,
I feel like though, if Josh would have owned his game more, like, you know what? Yes, I am a snake. I am a backstabber, and I'm a betrayer, and that's why I'm sitting in these final 2 chairs, and you're sitting in jury, and that's why the pre-jury is there too. All y'all too. Arissa too. I'm not Arissa too, but I'm sitting in these final 2 chairs.
He should have lied. He would have said, "This is the game
gonna be like
from the beginning."
Now, why am I in it?
Arissa would have said, "Whoa, hold up." Your time is up, Josh.
Right, you done got too big for your britches now.
What did Josh demonstrate though? Throughout this entire time, what did he demonstrate?
He demonstrated flopness.
He is playing this game. This is a winning move.
His social game is just phenomenal, and it was.
Yeah, he has a good social game.
He's really.
But was it a game though?
Or yeah, I think so. I think so. Because the thing that made me feel like he was relying mostly on his social game, and the thing that really made me feel like Josh was a backstabber and putting on a front was when he pulled Jay into that pantry. He was like, we need to talk, but keep it on the low. We're gonna talk later. Like, to me, somebody that's not really in the game is gonna be like, well, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you go home, whatever. But it feels like he was a person who would do anything to win this game, but didn't have the commitment to back those plans up or to own his game. Like, he wanted to do both. He wants to look like the innocent, cute, little doctor, and also be a backstabber. You can't do both of those.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
And
I think if Josh, go ahead, Kiki.
Just real quick, I just wanted to say about even Kevin was loyal to Helena to the end. He was going to take Helena to the end. Like, Josh did not have a person. To me, even Kevin wasn't that person because he flip-flopped so many times regarding him. So to me, Josh, if you ever come on the pod, I would really want to know who are you really loyal to?
No one. I don't think he was loyal to a single person in their house.
I 100%.
Moose asked him that. I think Moose asked him, like, who was your part? Like, who are you playing this game with?
If it wasn't better, then it wasn't nobody.
He didn't have an answer. I was just in his answers. They were just terrible. Like,
but also I could see the argument for getting rid of Betty. She would have beat him too. But where he messed up was keeping Kevin. If you were gonna get rid of Betty at the end, he should have took Helena and not Kevin. Like, you lost. You're gonna lose. Maybe he was thinking though, if he evicts Kevin first, then Kevin is gonna turn the jury against him, and maybe that is what he was thinking.
But Reese, and I think that could be something he probably thought. I doubt it. But my thing is, if you're going to turn on the crash test dummies, why are you taking the other one to the final 2? Why would you do that? Knowing that they were closer, knowing that they were going back and forth, that they were going to evict you. What made you think that if you took Kevin, that Helena was going to have your vote? You were going to have Helena's vote.
Look, Josh would have had a very easy game. Josh would have had a very easy game to the final. He very clearly, like, verbally, everybody in the house spoke about Josh's social game. If he would have just pinned that to the top of his resume and be like, damn, my social game is really working for me. Him winning all those times in the end would have just been icing on the cake. All he had to do was show us little sense of loyalty. You know what I mean? Even if he didn't take Betty, all he had to do was be real about it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he should just say, you know what? If it comes down to it, Betty, you my girl, but I have to let you know that I'm trying to win this game, and I think you will beat me. He should have said that to her. He shouldn't have blindsided her. He blindsided Betty. He blindsided Summer. He blindsided half the house. And he should have did that. I think it would have been, and me, it would have been a lot easier ride to the finals if he had did that. And then Kevin did his speech and just blew that man out the water.
You brought up a great point with his when he pinning his social game, but also the comps that you won. I won HOH to take out the man who was winning all the HOHs, Marty. Yeah. Summer, you were a social threat to win this game. Everybody would have voted for you. I took you out. Then I won the HOH that secured my spot in the final 3. And I came up with this plan to get rid of Helena because Helena, I know you would have won because you had never been nominated. Then I won the veto.
No, Helena was nominated for. Helena was nominated for.
That's what I'm saying. Like he won the veto to pick her, to do that, and I took away your thing and I sent you home. Then I won the fight. He had all these.
He didn't acknowledge the jury at all, really.
No, he had niche moments in this game that he could have gotten him more votes.
He could have highlighted.
Why was Josh's speech so terrible? You won final HOH. You're going regardless. You have time to think about it. What happened to the speech?
You know what? You want to be real? I think
guilty.
Betty leaving, I think it hit harder than he thought, and it shook him. Yes, I think that's what. If Betty would have just did, even if she just cheered up a little bit and was like, Josh, it's okay, I understand. But Betty, I don't even think, did she hug him? I don't even think she hugged him.
She did not hug him.
Betty, and I think that's what shook him. I think after that, it was a wrap, and everything that Dr. Flop had pronounced or had prepared it was a wrap. He was just stumbling and mumbling because everything that Dr. Nash had prepared, Dr. Flop
will get it out. You've been talking all season. Get it out.
Yep.
Let me tell you, Kevin was it was as if Kevin's speech was as if he wrote that speech every day. Like every day, he made a move or whatever it was. He had that etched in his brain. Okay, yep, I'm gonna say this on my speech. Essentially, he said and told these people, I was the safest person in the house. And I was behind. I made y'all think y'all was making decisions. Those was decisions that I basically convinced you to make, and you made them. And we're here. But then he flipped it. And he said, I gamed you. And then he said, I love you. This person, that person. He started naming everybody by name. I said, oh, yeah. So you going off of their emotions? Still, he played the game all the way to the end of this speech.
Do you remember that? You said, I can see Kevin, if he makes it to the final, going down each jury.
Yes.
You said this in a
I said this like last
week. You said that verbatim.
Yes, verbatim. And what did he do? Went down the line.
What'd you say, Reese?
I still can't believe Kevin won. Like this was just a very, very foolish thing for the whole entire house. Now I enjoy that I was right about the winner yet again. Three BB winners in a row. Ty, X, and Kevin. So congrats me. But also I'm very sad that Betty and Josh didn't take the dub here. I mean,
well, it's Josh's fault. We gotta blame Josh. He didn't even fight. He really didn't fight.
But also, do y'all think now, like, black people really not gonna take another white person to the end? Because every time a black person has sat against a white person in the finals, they lost. Which Josh deserved to lose. But I'm saying I wouldn't take that chance. I would probably take a black woman with me.
It goes back to Reese, though. I think maybe in BBUS they'll think that way. Big Brother Canada, no shade to Canada, like they're just different. To me, it's just like a different cultural.
Their code is different than ours.
Expectations.
They ain't really got it.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean? Like the thing that I was thinking about it all today. I'm like, the thing at the end of the day, they were in the house, Josh, Summer, and Betty especially, they were bonding over the fact that they were getting picked off one by one. I said this before. They were bonding over that fact. They were like, we're next.
They knew, they highlighted it.
Let's see who's next. It's you're joking and laughing about it. It ain't no joking matter because you next.
Because you next. But you know what? Josh knew he wasn't next. That's the thing. He kept saying, we netting y'all next, is what he was saying.
I guess it was just a disconnect. Like, I guess a lot of the house guests disconnected the personal side of the game and then the game. You know what I mean? Because they seemed like the squad was like here. And you know what I'm saying? And then when it got into game mode, they was like, yeah, I don't trust Moose. I don't trust
Moose is talking about.
I don't trust everyone. What
I'm like, where's it coming from?
Herms would have won this game. I'm gonna just say that.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
Easily.
I think so too.
And but the moment would have been fire. Just know that.
Exactly. I feel like though the moment that Kevin, I knew Kevin and Herman wasn't gonna be able to work together, was when Kevin pitched that final two, like the comedians, to Herman, and he was like, I see your game. I think we have similar games. One thing you never want to tell somebody in Big Brother is, I see your game. Yep. People don't like that because they don't want to be exposed with, how they plan and stuff. So I was like, oh, this definitely not gonna work, and it didn't. So
let me ask you this though. So when it came to Josh, he really underestimated how well Kevin played this game, to the point where when Kevin started talking and was like, Helena, I was going to take you to final two. I was not about to take Josh to no final two. If you could have seen
get him again for me. Get him again for me.
Listen,
I was like, oh. Take his mouth up off the ground.
At that moment,
and I actually think that's true.
He knew he lost. I feel like as soon as Kevin started talking, he knew it was a wrap. He had to have known it was a wrap.
Helena, I was always gonna take you. Had you stayed here, you were my only final two, my real final two.
I don't have no other final two in the game but you.
And I even think even if there were a few votes that weren't gonna go Kevin's way, that little 60 seconds I think did it, child.
It did.
He went down and gave everybody. He literally went and patted everybody on the back.
Exactly. I'm sorry, Kevin would have had my vote.
Gino, thanks, Summer.
Yeah, that was some classy shade, right? Look, that's a classy shade right there. You were my only final two. And he knows Josh is so emotional. He knows Josh is emotional. He knew that was gonna cut him beat. He frowns with him without even directly mentioning him.
Get him again for me.
Get him again for me, Kevin. And but Kevin against Betty though. If it was Kevin against Betty, Betty would have had my vote.
Oh, easy.
Betty would have had mine too.
She would have had America's vote too. Y'all know we watching illegally. They need to give America a vote.
Allegedly, we're watching it illegally.
Nah, I'm watching it illegally.
And come on, who is this we?
Why can't they just put it on Paramount? Like
me.
What is stopping?
I'm watching it illegally. Jamia.
You ain't gonna get on here now. Why am I in it?
Yeah, why am I in it?
And why am I?
Also, too, I had to crack up when they were doing the playback of the moments in the house, and Kevin said the person he preferred to cuddle with was Gino. I said, "Dang, now he didn't even his favorite color wasn't even Josh."
I do not think they're gonna be friends after this.
No,
I wouldn't.
It is not gonna happen.
I wouldn't.
Like,
to be honest with you, is Kevin really gonna be friends with these people? Any of these people?
No, I don't.
He may be friends with Marty.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Probably Marty, but I don't think he's gonna be friends with the rest of them.
To be honest, I don't see him. Maybe I don't know.
I don't see Josh being friends with very many of these people either. Maybe Betty.
Don't like him. Betty, I gotta give her props again. Betty
and whoever that
loves Betty, she still voted for this man after all that he did.
I knew she would because Betty is loyal to a fault.
Yeah, she is. And maybe that's what he was thinking too. Like he probably thought what I would have been thinking, in that all the black people and Moose gonna vote for me. So I need one more vote that'd have been Moose, Herman, Summer, Betty, that's 4, and maybe I don't know who else he thought he could have got on the other side.
Nobody.
And let me tell you, that's exactly what he thought, because I don't know if y'all watched. They did Canada's vote, and then it was for Kevin. And who was the first vote he did? Herman, right?
Hermsy, yeah.
Soon as he said Herman voted for you, he said. Then she goes, and Moose votes for. He goes, that look on his face after Moose read, he knew he had won.
How you thought that they were gonna be on code with voting, and you weren't on code while they was in the house?
Right, you can't
expect
that.
Ain't no code.
As soon as you started turning and betraying, then you've lost the respect from the jury.
Was Josh's game. He deserved to lose.
And you need to know how to read the room. Again, read the room. You was in the house with a bunch of petty people.
Yep.
You know these people. You've been in this house with them for 60 days. And so read the room. When it gets to the end, are these people, if I betray the Summers of the world, is Summer really going to vote for me to win?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Baby, I would have been so bitter.
If he would have given them more of a heads up, I could see them voting for him. Like, hey, you know what? That's game, bro. You got me. That's big brother. But for you to betray me like that and try to embarrass me on
say nothing
and international TV and still expect my vote, it's just not gonna happen, bro.
Also, we have to talk about the jury, because everybody's like, oh, they being petty, they being bitter. No, I don't think there should be such thing as bitter jury, because I should have the right to vote how I want to vote. If I was mad when I left the house, I could stay mad when I cast this vote for who's gonna win this grand prize.
And was it JC Lynn who said the emotions came back when she got back in the
baby,
yeah, it came back real smooth. And the I was about to mention something else about, was it about the emotions? I forgot my train of thought.
Well,
while you're thinking, I was so happy to see our brother Keith coming back to host this, not a round table, but I guess a couch table of the jury couch segment.
A sit down. Sit down with the jury.
Shout out to Kiefer.
Shout out to Keith, one of the best to ever do it. Kiefer is a better player than Kevin, though. I'm telling y'all. I don't have any data right now to back that up, but when I sit down and think about it, I have it for y'all later. But
Kevin got lucky because Kevin's game was it should have been over when we were going into the final three. That should have been the end, because why play with your life in this game with somebody who wanted you out? So you broke that up. You saved Betty to go to the end with her because you knew she would take you, and then to win the final comp. I always say it would have been different had Kevin won and took Josh. Cool, you had no control over that. That's just y'all messed up. But you sit here, save Betty, so you reconnected after you betrayed her. Y'all reconnected. Then saved her, and then re-traumatized her.
That was crazy.
And the thing, this unnecessarily. This is right here leads me to what I was about to say earlier. Then she gets out. Arissa announces, "Your next jury member is Betty." Don't you know these people got to applauding?
Why? What was the reason? You know what? I feel like a lot of that was them feeling very entitled in this game and feeling like Betty didn't deserve to be there. Betty made the right connections. Like, y'all can't get mad because her social game is better than y'all's. That girl was on the block 5 times and got saved 5 times.
And you also got to realize the people that came in toward the end were bitter towards Betty. So a lot of the people earlier that in the jury, all they have to go off is what Helena says, what JC Lynn says, and Betty was not the best in their book because she evicted one and put the other one on the block. So it makes sense they were cheering and
well, at first I was like, maybe it's because right before Arissa was like, "Who do y'all think is gonna be?" And they were all like, "Betty, Betty, Betty." I was like, "Oh, maybe it's because they thought they were right," but I just got a different vibe when she was like, "Oh, sit down, have a seat," or whatever she said. I was like,
she was not having it. She was pissed.
No, because don't be cheering that I came out. Tried Betty. Like, didn't she banish you to the shadow realm once before? You want to try it again?
Not the shadow realm.
Please.
Not we in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah. Oh, side note, I've been watching that little pirate anime, One Piece. Y'all, it is so good, like so deep. But go ahead. That's a side note.
That's a big side note. But look, let me say this. So I will say this. I really do appreciate, because if I'm not mistaken, Josh won the most comps this season. If you add in him winning the final HOH and then him winning the second part of the HOH, he won the most comps. And I really do appreciate, because a lot of people, but after Dr. Will, a lot of people don't look at social games as a winning strategy in Big Brother anymore. Kevin won 1.5 comps this season. Let's be real.
Literally 1.5. Truly, 1.5.
To be honest, we can really call that other one a half, because he would have lost it if Gino knew how to spell.
So just one time. A half a veto because Gino couldn't spell, and then a half a HOH.
Right. So let's be real. So the fact that his speech and his social game and his way of explaining the game in such a short amount of time won him the game, I think is amazing. I ain't gonna give him too much props, but it's nice to see that. Me, if I ever went on Big Brother, my social game, I feel like, would be the reason why I got to the end. Now I'm gonna win a comp or 2, but I probably ain't gonna beast out and win 47 comps. But I like the fact that I would then have a chance, because people are gonna go back and look back and say, well, Kevin really did win a season almost unanimously based off of his social game. So let me work on my social game. And the thing with Kevin is he was loyal. He was not loyal to a lot. But he was loyal, and I think he's really loyal to Helena, because he saw from point go blank in the beginning that I need to find the person in the house that is the biggest loser, and I feel like I could win against Helena, and I think he attached on that, and I'm gonna stick beside that. I 100% think he picked her out and say I could beat her in the end. It doesn't matter what
he picked her out, because she's workable, she's pliable.
Yes.
That's why I said he went in there like it was a shelter,
trained
like a dog shelter. Which dog is gonna be the easiest out of here for me to train, do tricks, and do what I need?
No,
what Tree said last week: sit, vote, evict, play.
Vote, evict. I swear, Eric, he probably looked at each and every house guest as say they each and every one of them as a little dog. This is a little poodle. This isn't. Who can I train?
Who's the most malleable?
Best, exactly, to get my intended result.
But let's not fool ourselves. Production cast Kevin to win this game.
I think so.
Yeah, and
it has been out of the gate.
Either him or Kyle Moore. That's who their projected winners.
I think Kyle was first, but then when he flopped, they said, we gotta pick somebody else.
If you think back, right? So if I have somebody if I have my brother watch the first episode of this season, he's gonna tell me who the winner is, and I guarantee you he's gonna say it was Kevin.
Bruh, you gotta let him watch it and tell us.
I'm gonna let y'all know.
It was like just pick.
I had let him watch
based off the edit.
Couple other seasons, and he called it just based on the edit who the winner was going to end up being. So I'm gonna let him watch it this go around and see. I'm just super curious.
I had a feeling Kevin. I didn't know if he was going to win, obviously, until later on. But like from that first, like how he used the information next to Melina and went back and flipped the whole thing on her. I said, "Oh, this man, he here to play. He here to play." Then he escaped the block the next week, even though he should have been the target. Then I said, why he ain't touching the block?
Baby, the way I would have put him on the block so fast.
Listen,
no, I'm still not a fan. I don't care if he won tonight. Great game, Kevin. Though you're one of the best to ever do it.
Kevin's game would have been almost perfect for me. The only thing that messes Kevin's game up specifically for me is how he handled himself under pressure on the block. We talked about this last week. Kevin lost it. Kevin lost his mind. He was going crazy. He was upset. And the thing is, Kevin's game out from the beginning he's been cool, calm, and collected. He know how to manipulate people, but when he was in real danger, he didn't know how to get himself out of it. Like he really got lucky.
And also,
he thought he was done. He thought he lost the game.
He thought he was over. He thought he was out when Helena went out.
Exactly. That's how he should have been. He got the fact that those hooks that we thought Josh had taken out, I guess he had something still up under there that we didn't know. He didn't even know he had still in there.
Right, he must have just convinced him or whatever.
Reese, you said that you're not a fan of Kevin.
Correct? Oh no, definitely not a fan.
I have receipts. I have a receipt.
Kevin
might be one of the greatest to do it.
Yes, I also stand by that. I don't have to be a fan of someone to say they're one of the greatest to ever do it. As I have the same opinion about the last winner of BBUS, Xavier Brather.
I thought you were about to say BBCAN because like Tyshawn is definitely probably one of the best. He is.
See, I don't respect his game, but I respect the greatness within. I don't like how at the beginning of his game, one of the things he heavily relied on was the prejudice of some house guests and the implicit biases that some house guests have. Don't respect it, but I can respect the manipulation aspect of his game, and I can respect his social game. He had a very, very strong social game, and I still think I believe I stand by that, but I'm still not a fan. I'm not a fan of Kevin at all.
He's just a magician. He's a hidden wizard. He went to Hogwarts because I just don't know what compels Josh to think that taking Kevin was his best option.
That was his flirt mance.
I'm telling you,
he's gonna take his flirt mance.
I don't know. I'm calling DR.
I don't know.
No way. DR had to have said something to him to convince this man. They might have got him into the third-year residency. I don't know.
But see, that's the thing too. We don't have the feeds those last few days, so we don't know anything could have gone on. They could have slid Josh another $20K to keep Kevin. You know,
baby, because you know who would have kept Kev? Me.
They would have to do more.
Extra $20K in an NDA? Yes.
No. You're gonna have to slide me the same amount that I'm gonna give up to help him win this game. That's what you're gonna have to give me.
True.
Well, let's be real. Josh would have lost against Betty tonight too. Like
he was playing losing game.
Next to was Helena, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
So that actually leads us, viewers and listeners. So we went over all this, all of our thoughts, all of our conclusions, and there was a segment on Twitter, as I mentioned. We put some information out. Oh, go ahead.
Before we get to that, let me let y'all know who won Canada's favorite.
Oh, that's right.
No,
I'm gonna tell them. It was. Go ahead.
Kevin won what? 8-1. Was it 9-1? 8-1.
8-1.
By the way, congratulations, Kev. I know we've been talking a lot about Josh, but congratulations on your win.
Congrats to you. Congrats to you. Come on the pod.
Yeah. Marty, I think that's his name. He won Canada's favorite player. I saw somebody tweet on the timeline that they said that in his little community that he lives in, I don't know the name of his community. I don't know the name of his community.
I think it starts with a K. If I'm
Canada, that's all I know he's from. They said they bought billboards, they bought ads, people that probably don't even watch the show to go and vote for this man. So I guess he won. Congratulations, Kevin.
Please.
I'm a congrats to Kevin. Yeah, congrats, Kevin. Congratulations to Marty for winning Canada's favorite player.
Kevin, I will say Kevin did deserve it. Usually I'm more the night is more ruined for me just because of Josh ruined the night for me. I'm gonna be real with you. So this is not to disgrace or shy away from Kevin's win. You did play the best game that you could play. Of course, there were things that you could have did better, but at the end of the day, you did what you had to do to win, and congratulations to that.
All the final threes, they were great final threes, and all of them.
Great.
For sure.
What'd you say, Reese?
Mm-hmm. I only had one congratulations in me, and I already told Kevin congratulations.
Congratulations to Betty.
Oh yeah, congrats, Betty, on
the true winner of AWAG gonna be their podcast.
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm gonna just say that. Business B. Big money B. You know what I'm saying? Betty's 100K. That's who should have won. You hear me?
Yes. Congrats, Betty. We were certainly rooting for you to take it all the way. Even though you made it to third. When you got snaked, we felt that. We saw the pain in your face when that move went down. And it just
crushed.
Yeah. So
Josh, I rooted for you to lose.
No, what's that, Tyra Banks? We were rooting for you.
We were all rooting for you. Yes. Yes, we all were not, but yes, that is that.
Man, I couldn't even. I had to post up, y'all. I told you, I tweeted. I had a little post. I was like, "Yes, back to back, Black Final 2."
Black to Black. Had it in the draft.
You know what I'm saying? Here come a terror stand. You spoke too soon, didn't you?
Oh Lord. You know what? Don't even bring up Tara. They multiply.
Tara stands muted, bro. Like I have all the.
They keep coming back, bro.
They're so
I swear I blocked every single one of them, and they multiply like roaches. Like you step on one, and about 47 gonna come. What
all
are you doing?
All I could do is show did. I spoke too soon.
Hilarious. Well, so now. This is the moment where the information that we received from, we did several polls on our Twitter account, and we asked you several questions. And those questions were for the A Who All Gonna Be There Big Brother Canada Awards. Yay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic to Reese to get us started.
Hey. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, for the most anticipated part of the night, since all of our favorites couldn't win, and since Josh robbed us, we're just gonna do these little awards. Alrighty. Welcome to the 2022 BBCAN10 Awards, hosted by your favorites, Reese, Tracy, Kiki, and also Eric, for the people who enjoy his company, and also Eric.
What? Keep playing.
Oh my gosh.
We love you, Eric.
We do. Alrighty, let's get to the first category here. And the first category is Best Hair. Best Hair. And the nominees for Best Hair are Summer, Stephanie, and Joshua. You guys' thoughts on anyone who you want to take this sweep this category?
Bam, easy, Summer, natural curls, finesse, hair for bounce, coils for the girls.
Coils and curls for days.
I also really enjoyed Stephanie's hair. She did wear a lot of makeup, but you know that's on the TV show. Her one thing about her though is her hair would never be in a bad. Her hair hardly ever had a bad moment unless she was doing those little puffs, that little puff thing on top. That was a choice. I wouldn't have done that. She looked a little bit like Cindy Lou Who. But you know, I guess if she wants to do that, that's all on her. And the winner for best hair, Summer. Congrats to her. Yay! Y'all just a little slow clap.
Summer best hair.
Look, Summer done finally won something. Congratulations, sis. You finally won something, child. Come on.
You didn't win AFP or CFP, but you won best
hair award.
Definitely.
Well, I feel like Treese will be presenting the next award,
the best fake alliance. All right, y'all. So for the best fake alliance, we have the Squad, True Fuse, the Mandams, and the Five. Who do y'all think took this win? Lord knows who was in these alliances because they flipped and flopped and changed every week, seems like. But if y'all had to pick one,
I wouldn't pick any of them.
Well, the Five was the White Alliance plus Alina. Didn't enjoy that one. Mandams. The only reason why I'm always so skeptical on all female alliances is because they never work. Somebody always turns on them, like Alina did to the Mandams. True Fuse. I wanted True Fuse to work, but it just didn't. And then Squad was, you know, Betty was running around the house saying the Squad was fake. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just have to give it to Squad because I feel like there was a period in history. I think was it middle school or early high school, and everybody was just like Squad. Like Squad was just a word that everybody was always saying. Like, so Squad.
All right then. Well, your BBCAN who are gonna be their winner is.
Come on here, envelope. Come on here, envelope. Who's the winner?
Squad.
Congratulations, Squad, for the best fake alliance award.
Y'all also finally won something.
Hey, we keep it real over here, y'all. We keep it real over here.
Because what were y'all doing? Because what was the problem?
I think they just didn't want to. But you know how it is. Everybody not gonna get along, so it's like why should they have to?
I just think they should have won something. That's the thing. And that would have brought them together. They needed to win something.
Right.
And just either couldn't or didn't.
Right.
They had members of the Alliance doing both.
Kept coming in second.
Intentionally not winning.
Please. Eric, I believe you're the next presenter.
Yes. So we have the most attractive and on this list of nominees, we have Mr. Steven, aka Gino, Dr. Nash, Josh.
That's why I voted for.
Miss Donna Summer, and our girl Petty Betty, Business B Betty. And the winner is
Who the winner? Come on, note.
Bill. Nope. The winner is Gino.
Congrats to him.
Gino fine. He got about 2 rocks up there, but he fine. I will give him that.
Oh,
that man is attractive.
Congratulations.
It should have been
Congratulations.
Ciao.
All right. So I am your presenter for the realest showmance category. And your nominees are Jevin. And that would be Josh and Kevin.
Jevin is hilarious.
I definitely was like, who is that?
That would be Josh and Kevin. Sino would be Summer and Gino. And Saman, which would be Summer and Herman.
The way I was calling them
Summon, like you were summons and
yes. Look, I was right there with you. I was like, yeah, summon that. Let's summon this. Yep. I was right there with you.
And the winner is, child, I don't even know if is this the right winner?
Yep.
The winner is Saman.
You know it.
Summer and Herman. Congratulations on the really
the best showman of the season.
In the house
you hear me?
Of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
did y'all see that hot tub kiss that they showed?
Did.
Child, I saw some other hot tub stuff happening on the live feed, but I
did too.
Listen, but I ain't gonna say what it was. We ain't gonna speculate.
Allegedly.
Listen.
Shout out to his other hand is why.
No, because I saw a tweet that said that knuckle.
Honey.
She was
it's just a blessing that water was cloudy.
Man, that water was very cloudy. I can
see
why.
Because she was.
Allegedly.
You was having a repeat of what BB23 with the whole Tyler.
I never thought I would have to ask again. Where is somebody's hand?
Where is your hand? His hand was where it was supposed to be. Hallelujah.
Oh the world may never know.
Listen, maybe Herman or some of y'all come on and give us the tea.
Listen, because I want to know, child.
We trying to figure out what's happening.
Listen. Go ahead, Reese, with the next category.
And your next category is, you guys are in jury. Who would have your vote to win, aka the audience vote, and the people up for this category?
Oh, Jesus Lord.
Betty, Kevin, or Dr. Nash.
Dr. who?
Joshua.
Dr. Flop.
The betrayer.
There you go.
Person who let me down one last time. And the winner is Bethlehem. Congratulations.
The real winner of BBCAN10.
You didn't win the game, but you did win our little poll here. You did win our cute little poll.
Definitely. Okay. Let me take on this next one. Our best nickname for what's her real name? JC Lynn. I done called her name so many times. I forgot what her real name is. JC Lynn. We're gonna go with JC Penny, Jiffy Lube, Burlington Coat Factory. Justice League. Which do you guys think is the best nickname?
I like Jiffy Lube myself.
Baby, Jiffy Lube was hilarious. I called her Jiffy for a minute.
Yes,
look at Jiffy over here.
Fave. But when we did this poll, Justice League was the first. That was the first time I heard it, and I just bust out laughing again.
Justice League was hilarious.
Oh man,
yeah, Justice League had me tickled.
So
all right, our BB winner is. Let me get my envelope that I already opened, and then I'm gonna reopen again, and then I'm gonna take out my blank paper. JC Penny. Congratulations, JC Penny. You have won a nickname for the rest of your life.
Listen, if she was smart, she'd spin that into some sponsorships and endorsements.
Exactly.
She gonna be on them same sponsorships as what's her name? Erin from BB whatever she was on. Them the same sponsors she gonna be getting if you can catch my drift. Can't wait for you to hit Twitter, JC Lynn.
How long do you guys think this whole showman that she has with Gino is gonna last?
14 days.
I say it'll last probably
it'll be a couple months.
Till he go to Greece.
I mean, you got to be real. When people come off TV, they love that clout. So they're gonna have that energy. You know, there's fan pages made for them, so they're gonna definitely eat up that little clout. JC Lynn is gonna drop her notes apology soon. So that is gonna be the real determination. Let's see how fabricated this apology is gonna be, and then that will determine how long this
about those old tweets she had.
Yep.
Has Kyle apologized yet? I don't know because he blocked me.
I don't even know.
I don't
even pay that man the wind. I don't pay him no attention.
Now Marty Reffin, his behind need to be the first one on the apology roll.
He ain't not gonna apologize though because he already won Canada's favorite.
Right.
He's gonna be like, oh well, we're there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
I'm sure this is actually a good segue for the next category.
What's the next category?
Worst casting decision.
Kevin, Kyle, Kevin. True, it's a lot of people that can win this vote. Josh,
Kyle, our official nominees.
I don't think Josh was a bad decision.
He wasn't.
He wasn't.
He just flopped on his own.
For this moment, worst casting decision for how he did us. On our nominees list, we have Kyle, Marty, Jess, and my draft pick, who was first boot, Melina. I can't believe you messed me up like that. I should have followed my first. I had Betty on there listening to y'all talk about.
But see, you have
Betty on my draft.
You have to look at the tapes though, because she was like, "I'm not a people person." I was like, "Oh Lord, let me not pick up on that."
Look, you gonna be going quick.
Y'all, right, I didn't get to see that. I was looking at this other stuff and listening to y'all, but yeah, she was the first boot. But anyway, so Kyle, Marty, Jess, Melina. The winner. Y'all, it is a tie. Tie.
Come on, Ty.
Between Kyle, Marty, and Jess. I'm just
kidding. Really a tie?
It really wasn't. Kyle was the one who won.
It was a tie. I love it. 1, 2, and 3.
Child. Oh my gosh.
Oh yes, but Kyle is the winner.
To me. Oh my goodness.
But it really should be a 3-way.
Embarrassing is that you were just basically plucked out of nowhere, go into the game as a fan favorite and come out as a flop. Like right. I would delete everything.
In the word that the game was handed to him on a silver platter.
Exactly.
And even if he didn't win, he probably 9 times out of 10
he was at least gonna make jury.
He probably would have won Canada's favorite, if that. He at least would have went home with a little shmoney. But
and all he had to do was come in here and act right.
And just be still. Peace be still. That's all he needs to do is hold his peace.
He should have been playing Josh's game. Quiet, sit down, don't do nothing.
He must have like a brain-eating amoeba, because why would he turn against Moose? Like, you have somebody in the game. You don't have to really get to know. Like,
Kyle, I don't know if we want you on here, but if you do come on the podcast, we need you to explain that. Because you had a built-in secret ally.
He really did.
For no reason. It'd be different if it was Final 5, Final 6, whatever.
And flopped it.
But in week 3, huh? Yeah, you got to explain that.
Please. He's a psycho. He can explain on somebody else's podcast. He's a psycho.
He can tweet it and maybe we'll read it.
Right.
Oh my God. So the final category for the Big who all gonna be there, Big Brother Canada 10 Awards, is the best moment. And our nominees are Gino for the Gummy Bear nomination seat. We have Kyle Stephanie Blindside. We have Jesse's eviction. And Betty flipping Josh. Before I give you guys who the winner is of this best Big Brother Canada 10 moment, tell me your best Big Brother Canada moment in 3 seconds. 3.
Okay. Josh going home, Kyle going home, Marty going home. Best.
Boom.
I second that.
My favorite moment was the squad. Not invisible HOH. What is it called?
The chain of safety.
The chain of safety.
Yeah, chain of safety was dope.
If I gotta be original, Betty winning her veto and then yelling at Marty and telling him, "I'm not going anywhere.
You can't get rid of me, Marty." I know that's right.
Yes. Marty.
I hope he go home and have dreams about her.
Listen,
nightmares.
Yep.
Did Betty win an additional $1,000 from winners? Because there was one final poll.
She did.
It was like her winning moment versus Helena's winning moment. It was like one more thing. I wonder if she won again.
She did. We're gonna call it. She'll win them.
Well, congratulations on what that was. But the best moment for our Big Brother Canada 10 poll was, you guessed it, Gino's Gummy Bear nomination.
Gummy Bear Gates.
Exactly.
That was wild.
My
jaw dropped when that happened.
That was a great moment.
For gummy bearing your way onto the block.
Because we talked about this last 2 weeks. Nobody could have thought of that. Like nobody thought Gino was going home that week. Like we for sure thought Kevin's game was done. Because Marty had caught him and Josh talking, and Marty's gonna split them up. So we just knew Kevin was going. And lo and behold,
no, Josh would have went home. Josh would have went home that week.
Oh, we thought these. Oh, is that what's gonna happen?
Yeah,
Josh was going. The plan. Yeah, but it didn't happen.
Let me ask y'all this: based out of this BBCAN season, say they do the next one as All Stars. Pick 2 people from this season you would put. No, just from this season that you would put in the All Stars. I'm curious. Just pick 2 people.
Kevin and Herman.
I would pick Kevin and thank you.
I pick Herman and Betty.
I'm gonna say if they did a season and didn't put winners, mine would be Herman and Moose. I would love to see them two play.
Interesting to see Moose play again.
Exactly. Yeah. I think Moose would play 20 times better.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would.
20 times.
He was so
clueless. More paranoid though.
He really was.
Even said it. He was like, I just had no idea people kept coming into the jury house, and I just realized I had no idea what was going. You sure didn't, brother.
Yeah. Self-aware. My man is self-aware, but
you was going home week 3 had you not won that veto.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, okay. All right. Any final thoughts? So this is the finale episode for Big Brother Canada 10. I want to get your final thoughts. And just because it's the finale episode for our season 3 Big Brother Canada episodes, we still have our Survivor episodes that will be dropping each week, which are our to-go plate episodes. But before we close out this episode, I want to find out any final thoughts before we close.
Betty was robbed.
Betty was robbed.
Josh fooled me again. I can't believe it.
Listen, Betty is my winner, and Tiffany is in Canada kissing on Jed.
Oh wait, y'all see that?
Correction, Jed was kissing on Tiffany.
Excuse me, Jed was kissing on Tiffany.
I didn't have time to like research to see if that was like, is something really happening there? Because people are tweeting like, is it real?
I know what it is. The real thing is
just a little cloudy.
The real thing is they went to go see Todrick's show in Canada. That's why. Because Kylan's there as well. Because they're still friends. No, Kylan went to go see. Yeah, he went to go. Well, I don't know if Tiffany went to go see the show, but Kylan is definitely in Canada, and he went to go see the show. So I'm assuming Tiffany is also there.
You know, Kylan's a real one, vagabond.
He a real one. Yeah, he a real one. Because me, I wouldn't know it.
So I'm assuming that Tiffany's there too to support Todrick.
I think also they're there for the finale though.
Hannah's there too. Tiffany, I saw Tiffany in the picture. Hannah, I didn't see Kylan in the picture. Tara. Spicy V.
Tina was there.
They were all hanging out. Tina, and Jed flying behind.
But also I guess for the finale,
quick, though, allegedly, we not sure yet, but I think Ty is on. Is it Amazing Race?
Yeah, Amazing Race,
which is why we think we didn't see him. You said what, Reese?
No, that's what I was going to say. What you said. That's why he wasn't there. He's not there tonight.
Yeah, everybody was curious, like, why didn't we see Ty? But
who is his partner then? Because Keith was at the finale.
And you know what? Bray was in California. I don't know who would be his partner.
Street saying Beth.
We'll find out soon.
Not Beth.
Child, the way I forgot she existed.
Who?
Beth.
Oh.
Don't
what about Toya? Was Toya there?
The girl who ain't bathed?
No.
Maybe
Toya don't come out to these BB events though unless she with Ty and Jed though. It seemed like they'll hang out separately, but
she'd have moved on. She'd have moved with her partner. They moved about a house. They didn't remodel.
They engaged, right?
Well, I think.
Shout out
well,
to
let me
Toya
not speak that on her.
Girl. Shout out to Toya, whatever she doing.
But they doing life and she's living it.
Shout out to her.
Exactly.
Shout out to y'all, and shout out to the viewers and the listeners, and those who are listeners first, because we started audio only. And so you have been our loyal listeners, and now you get to see us on YouTube and on Twitter. And so our Twitter is A Who There. Our Instagram is A Who There Podcast. And you can check out who all gonna be there on YouTube as well. And so I want you to lock us in, subscribe, turn on those notification bells so that you can be in tune when we run our live.
Let's get on one accord.
Yes, let's get on one accord. We'll be back with season 4 for Big Brother this summer, and we will be continuing on our to-go plate episodes for the remainder of our Survivor season. So we thank you. We love you. We thank you for subscribing, giving us 5-star ratings.
Yes, 5 only.
Even those written reviews, okay?
Those written reviews,
listen.
Yes. We appreciate it. Until next time, we will see you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Have a good night.